Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to the Darkest Dungeon. Welcome back to the Weald. That's where we're going. So today we're bringing out the Jester again. I want to talk a little bit about the Jester, because nobody said anything in this series, but I had a lot of pushback during my last series on my feelings on the Jester. So I just want to talk about like what he does and why I'm not totally in love with it. So the Jester has a little bit of a movement gimmick thing going on. He has this ability, Finale, which can only be used from the front row, and it does that damage mod is a number that is added to your normal damage output. So for example, this attack does 33% less damage than is represented here in his damage field, but throws down a bleed. So to be clear, this is not an attack that does 150% damage, it is an attack that does plus 150% damage. So it really is a huge amount of damage. And it has a high crit chance. And then it knocks him back 3 spaces. He does this, it falls back to the back of the party. And it's powerful, but it debuffs him for, I think, 3 turns. Lowers his damage by 40%, lowers his accuracy, lowers his dodge. The dodge is not, I think, such a big deal. But it's a lot of... and then a lot of his attacks still work from the front. So the idea is you're supposed to use either Dirk Stab, which moves him forward 1, or Solo, which moves him forward 3, from no matter where in the party he gets to the front. To set it up, you have him in a different position, and then you move him forward with an ability, and then on his next turn, finale him back. First of all, Solo is terrible. Solo is just like the weirdest wasted turn in the game. Doing Solo and then finale is rough, because you have to ask yourself, is that better than what he could have done otherwise over 2 turns using 2 actual abilities? Sometimes it's worth it. But really, there's a lot of things in this game, like you've seen already. We can one-shot stuff occasionally with a crit, or some of the classes, like Crusaders, sometimes will just one-shot something standing, even without a crit, just hitting the top of their damage range. So, doing plus 150% damage isn't even really relevant most of the time. It's really only against a couple of the larger enemies that we don't see in this tier, or against bosses that this much damage is even meaningful. And I really prefer, like I said before, party members that are consistent, party members that can kind of do their thing no matter what. But this guy does have some stuff going for him. First of all, he has this Dirk Stab that moves him forward 1 space from anywhere in the party. This is a great way to get yourself back into some kind of sensible order if you get screwed up by surprise or by an enemy moving you around. He has a stress reduction ability, which is fine. You know that in general I'm in favor of reducing stress by preventing it from occurring in the first place, but you often have a turn at the end of any particular combat where you can afford to throw out a stress reduction. I don't think that the minus 10% stress buff is very meaningful, since you'll usually be doing this toward the end of combat. If there are live enemies and you are still fighting, for the love of God, kill something instead of playing a guitar on your turn. But I do think stress minus 10 on one target has a place. It's not useless. He has this Battle Ballad ability, which I don't like very much. It buffs somebody up, but like this is really only valuable. I don't like the abilities that are just buffs, because you have to consider over the course of my turn applying the buff, and then the buffed target's turn acting, did I actually do more damage? Did I actually do more for the current situation, which is generally going to mean more damage, than I would have if I just had my Jester attack, and then also had the other person attack, right? I think usually it is not the case that it was advantageous. But he's got some okay stuff. He's good at bleeding people, which is something that's particularly valuable in the Weald, as you saw last time. And I think this should be a pretty good party for him. We're also bringing our Occultist and our Arbalest. I really love to play these two together. The Arbalest's bandage helping to cover for the Occultist's a little soft healing ability sometimes. Also, somebody told me in the comments that Blind Fire now can't hit corpses, it will only hit real live standing targets. That's unbelievable. This ability was already very good, and I'm very, very pleased about that. Granted, it's one you only use every once in a great while, but it really does solve an important problem that the Arbalest has. And our Crusader, because we need to level him up. My midterm goal right now is to get a group of heroes to level 2, so that we can start getting ready for the first set of boss fights. Killing bosses is good. Boss loot is great. We have Smite, his punch, his stunning blow. He has a heal. The Crusader has a legitimate, straight up heal that he can only use from the front 2 spaces, and that I believe I don't think you can heal the person who's in the back row. But I don't think there's any reason to take it over Inspiring Cry when it's at rank 1, because it heals for 2. And Inspiring Cry heals for 1, but also lowers people's stress and also raises your torch level. This is just a straight-up better ability than Battle Heal 1. Once you've got Battle Heal leveled up, it's a little bit more sensible. So I think we are ready to rock. I mean, it's just a short level 1 dungeon. I've spent 5 minutes talking about a thing that should be trivially easy. So maybe we should, get out there and do the thing. I'm a little concerned about the blood. We're starting to get a lot of infections. I am not going to let a weird streak of luck talk me into always bringing 3 shovels to short wheeled missions. That thing that happened, it was a weird thing, and that's all there was to it. Do I want to bring... this is already kind of a lot of stuff. Although, to be fair, I didn't pay for any of this. This is fine. Again, gold efficiency matters, but the most important thing is maintaining your XP. We are on a hard timer. So really what we got to be doing is generating XP. Now, by that logic, I should probably be undertaking medium or long missions whenever possible, because it's just more XP per time.
Let us burn out this evil.
Wow, that was fast. But that said, you have enough time. The will to fight falters. We're doing just fine, thanks, Wayne. We have enough time to work it up a little bit. We don't have to go after a medium or a long in every mission. So we have Harvest, which hits the middle 2, does 2 to 3 damage and a 2-point bleed, or Slice Off, which does more hit damage and a bigger bleed. I think in general we're probably going to want to Slice Off, accelerate the removal of targets. And I don't like these guys very much. With them shooting all 4 of us every turn, they generate a lot of crits. Okay, so that got him pretty good. We could Abyssal Artillery. It's a little bit less strong now that this guy's already dead, and I'm wondering if we should maybe just work one of these guys over, because the Crusader can't hit the back row anyway. So it could be that Watered and the Crusader just work together on one of these guys, and if we can pull this dude up into the front 2 rows, his effectiveness will be dropped pretty seriously. Come on, Crusader. The Crusader has a -1 speed, so he's going to tend to go last. Oof. Well, I mean, if you want to put the Jester in the front, I guess I'll do the thing. Wow, guys. Okay, take it easy. Oh, I didn't even buy Finale because I don't like it so much. So this guy is now pretty neutered. He can't do his cool stuff from this close to us, so let's just work over the tough guy. Oh, he can, I guess. I thought they couldn't use blanket fire unless they were in the back, too. I guess I am mistaken. Ow. Okay, that hurt. He's gonna bleed for 2 points, and he's at 11. How much do I trust my party members to get this under control? I think the answer is a lot. Well, that wasn't that good. It seemed to have made things worse. Okay, and then we'll do a Bola from her.
Their formation is broken.
Okay, and now this guy's actually neutered. So let's take a moment applying a little bit of healing.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Okay, Wayne, take it down a notch. This is a very low impact initial battle. So the percentage healing buff combines really well with the fact that his buff has a pretty high maximum. Or that his heal, yeah, has a pretty high maximum. So yeah, from the very front, all they can do is this rushed shot ability. It does move them back, but it's going to be a little bit too little, a little bit too late. Am I going to bandage this off? He's going to bleed for 2 more points? Or for 4 more points? Nah.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
We'll survive. We'll figure it out, man.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a
That's a handy button. I like that a lot.
killer.
Ooh. +5 accuracy melee skills with no downside. Yeah, sure. The Crusader is currently holding our Health Stone and our Book of Intuition. Crusaders have base 0 speed, so I figured lowering his speed by 1 probably was not going to have much of an effect. This is another complete 100% of room battles thing here. I don't remember what you're supposed to use on this. Maybe we burn the spider web with a torch? Nope. That was just a wasted torch. It's probably not holy water, right? Then we have 2 holy water. Try it. Nope, I didn't think that would work. Well, I don't know. Here, try it out. Just reach in there. Ooh, sapphire. Not bad. Okay.
Another abomination cleansed
Yeah.
from our lands.
So when I said we generally don't need 250% damage attacks, that's right there. That's the kind of thing I was talking about. I am so not worried about these guys. I'm just going to go ahead and use this as an opportunity to heal a little bit. He rolled minimum damage. That's unfortunate. Ooh, and then he got crit by one of them. Well, I'll tell you one thing. This gesture's definitely bad luck. Okay. So this Zealous Accusation hits the front too. It's very likely to kill that Bone Rabble. We'll go ahead and use it.
Destroy them all.
Yeah, just back up. Give me some time to apply some heals. Ooh, wow. Not bad. Crit at the top of the damage range. And the bleed got resisted. That is fairly fantastic. I'm gonna trust that we will not get totally wrecked by this Bone Rabble. He did more damage than I healed.
Back to the pit.
Given that her heal has such a low average value, it was almost certainly right to just shoot him. I shouldn't have healed there. That was just me being silly. I had planned to heal, and I did not reassess the situation correctly. Oh, is Bucci obsessed with money? Sometimes it causes him to just interact with stuff without you telling him to. It's not really a big deal, necessarily. Okay, we do indeed see 2 obstacles. And both of these rooms have battles, so we have to go both branches, no matter what. Oh, he dodged your incantation. You know, it's a sound wave. He just dove right out of the way. This party's a little on the slow side. We seem to be yielding the floor to our opponents pretty frequently. Weakened, he shouts. Nothing else. Just, hey, I thought you might like to know you got weakened. Crit chance on the occultist's attacks is ridiculously high. Let's just try to take out these acolytes. Again, as ever, I'm way more worried about the possibility of losing my sanity than I am about losing my health. Let's try to slice something off of her. Nope, I did not. I thought I clicked on that. Okay. I was doing something with my other hand. Apparently I can't click on the ability while I'm slightly distracted. Alright, please. Another one of those great big crits. Oh, I love Arbalists. Statistically, I don't think that they're like... they're fine, but I don't think that, like, statistically they're super, super high-powered. That their, like, average DPS is probably in line with the other aggressive classes. But it sure feels like they're super-powered. Well, I have fewer valuable things to do right now. I guess that's still something. And I think the Arbalest, whichever one of these, is probably going to be the Arbalest. The Arbalest probably has to move back. I don't think Blind Fire is the right thing to do here. Yeah, the party can fight okay from this configuration. We'll just trade stuns on these guys for now, while we focus on the important target. I was going to say, if that lands, it's actually considerably less bad than the first one. Alright, you guys, seriously, I need somebody to finish her off. Okay, thank you. Fortunately, she went for that pull a lot, and not so much for the stressful incantation, so she didn't end up doing that much stress damage. Alright, stun time is over. Murder time is now. I mean, murder time is always, but sometimes you have to apply a little bit of finesse. Yeah, I wonder if I have, maybe I have the Jester in the wrong slot in the party. So Blind Fire is guaranteed to hit this guy. Should I bandage somebody, though? Because he has no bonus stun resistance right now. So like, I could bandage the Crusader, and then, you know, in anticipation of throwing a heal at him. 0. Well, it turns out 0 plus any percent of 0 is still 0. Now we just give this guy a good... good old-fashioned stun, except we don't. Except we completely fail to do that thing I said. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. Yeah, we better finish him off. He has 5 health. I'm going to trust the Crusader to get things done. What's your name, Bucci? Yes, this is a good time to perform beyond your limits. Get him. There you go.
Foolish horrors, brought low and driven into
I'm wondering, what's the story with your abilities? I'm very used to putting occultists in the back because weird reconstruction used to not work for the front 2 rows. But actually, we could put him in the second position. And that would mean that we could do a Dirk Stab when a Dirk Stab is appropriate without losing access to our bleed abilities. And Inspiring Tune does only work from back here. It will mean we don't have Abyssal Artillery, but if we get into a position where we want it, we can have a Dirk Stab happen and then... Yeah, this is probably the better arrangement. Okay, I'm certainly not going to use a shovel. I don't even know if shovel's the right thing, but... Yeah, just pry it open. Pry it open with your metal gloves. Okay. The good news is... Ooh. 2 pieces of good news.
Beyond measure.
Yep, that's what it is.
Brave and the foolhardy alike.
Maybe it's medicinal herbs? I don't know. Just reach in there. I'm pretty sure the bad thing that can happen to you is that you can get a debuff that lowers your speed. You get all wrapped up in the spider muck. But, like, what, is Bucci gonna go mega last? Alright, so if we remove the spitter, we break the combo. It's just important that we don't get webbed and then attacked by the spitter. That's really what matters. Okay, apparently Watered cannot be struck. He is far too quick. This is a really good time for Slice Off. So one of the targets is horribly injured. Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot better. That's a much better feeling. So you still need a little bit of a hit. We just need to get 3 damage on this guy to prevent him from acting again. Actually, you know what? I'm going to Blind Fire in hopes of hitting the front one. Because I think Zealous Accusation... Yeah, Zealous Accusation is going to be capable of bringing down the second guy. And if that Blind Fire had landed properly, we'd be all set. So, our stress overall is pretty low. You have 5 speed. You have 6. And you have 7. I choose to believe that one of us will get the hit. So this seems like an okay time to relieve some stress. Now the question is, do I think the Arbalist is also before the spider? Because if it is, if she is, then we should probably throw out a heal. But let's not push our luck too far, I guess. I do love games of pushing your luck, but
this expedition at least promises success.
It's really awkward. We've picked up a lot of different kinds of objects. Well, For 150 gold, I will discard this holy water. I mean, we don't discard the holy water, we drink it. It's probable that this will not help us, but there's no reason to throw out a thing you could just use as a buff. And maybe it'll be relevant in this fight, who knows? Okay, we gotta be like pretty quick here. Fortunately, these things are eldritch, so we do bonus damage to them with our occultist stab. Alright, that looks like a good zealous accusation target right there. It's a good start. I'm putting a lot of weight on this zealous accusation. You know, it gets the job done. Slimes hate to be taunted about the low literacy rate in their communities. It's not necessarily even the case that these slimes couldn't read, but they know a lot of their friends can't read, you know, there's not a lot of formalized education, and they're sensitive about it. Okay, no reason to use our shovel.
They can be beaten.
We get to keep an extra shovel on hand, maybe, and sell it back at the end of the mission for 5 gold. I mean, now that we have an extra shovel, though, like, if one of these is a grave, we can just dig it up, because that's a good heroic thing to do, is dig up graves that you find in the wild. We have 1 torch left. I don't have another anti-venom. You know, you're a tough guy. Sometimes a tree is just a tree. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. A tree can have stuff in it. Alright, you are the best at disarming traps.
Watch your step.
Thanks, Wayne. It's very helpful. Alright, we got 8 food left. So this might be mission end right here. Do we have a key for that? We do have. We have multiple keys. Honestly, yeah, I feel a lot better about this configuration. This guy should have been in the second slot, and that being the case, I probably shouldn't have brought Abyssal Artillery. I guess I could have switched it to Hands from the Abyss. Yeah, that might have been the thing to do. Alright, let's take down these guys. I hate them. I hate them so much. I believe you can do this.
Executed.
So now the question is, do we hit this guy? Because he's going to bleed out after his next turn. So maybe I don't waste the action. Like, if I can kill this guy 1 turn earlier because I didn't waste an attack on this guy, I guess that works out the same math-wise. But what if we kill this guy 2 turns earlier due to crits and magic? I don't know, man. I think it ends up not mattering, basically, is where the math comes down on that. I think it ends up being the same number of attacks from fungal artillery either way. Let's just invite this guy not to attack us this round. Didn't work. Okay. My impression is that Rend the Marked has an unusually high crit chance. So it is dangerous. We have to be pretty careful about it. Ah, bad luck. Okay. Turk Stab does not allow you to hit the back row. Do I want to put up... Yeah, alright. Let's move our guy up here. So who's going to be next? This guy's not that dangerous, but he's also way easier to kill. We can reduce the number of attacks we're taking. Okay. That allows us to prevent this guy from getting another round, and I'm going to try again. He only has 25% stun resist. Well, that's just some bad luck. It's okay. It's pretty likely that this is the last battle we have to do. Oh, please don't bleed him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh! And then his turn started and he bled to death immediately. Yep. Discretion is the better part of valor. I do not disagree, but I also don't think it's quite time for that yet. Alright, I'd like to hit the dog. Man. I did not realize that one of the components of blind fire was actually closing your eyes, because it seems like that's what she may be doing. Can we please get rid of this damn dog? Yeah, unfortunate crit there. That is a real bummer. And we can't... Oh man, we just cannot hit this dog. I want so badly to get a nice, efficient kill on the dog that still deals damage to this other dude, but I am being denied. Alright, how about bolas? There we go. The Herbalist keeps her eyes open when firing the bolas. That's the secret.
The ground quakes.
Okay. Jeez. That sucked.
Success so
And the mission is not over.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Okay, well... So the occultist was low enough that I should have healed him at some point. He had been low enough on health that he was actually in danger of dying for a while, and I got a little overly fixated on reducing the number of enemies. It was absolutely worth casting a heal on him, and not doing so was a failure on my part. That said, obviously I am betting big on my team and their ability to still get the job done. Also, the fact that we never managed to land a stun on that fungal scratcher is crazy, given that he only has a 25% stun resistance. Well, this is not a great start. Okay, that's nice of them. Okay, one down. Okay, base stun chance is 100%. 3 out of 4 times this should work. Or maybe I should just start in on the brawler. Yeah. Okay, 12. Nice. Unfortunately, these guys have a tendency to evade being murdered. I'm not 100% sure how, but it does seem like they just always get away. Oh, you're killing me with these low damage attacks.
Singular strike.
Okay. Now, the Jester obviously is in pretty grave danger. But a bandage is actually not going to give him enough health to get him out of danger.
Powerful blow.
Okay, that was cool. Like, bandaging him is not going to make it so that this thing can't bring him down to 1 health. Or down to 0 health. So we will bandage him if he gets down there, and if not, we will just keep working. Okay, I'm a big fan of that. I am totally fine with you marking Poochie. Okay, this guy's done for. Is Bola guaranteed to do 3 damage? It is not. You know what, just take the guaranteed kill. Let's actually get rid of that guy. Okay, and honestly, as strange as it is, even though we had someone die, 2 of the people going home from this are ready to go right back out. Fairly low stress levels.
Be wary. Triumphant pride
I don't
precipitates
think
the
there's
dizzy
anything else we want to
fall.
do. No, we can go. Alright, first death. We are allowed 16, I think.
Must be fought.
Except it's not actually 16. For reasons that I don't want to spoil exactly what's going on, but really, we can only lose 14 people, I believe. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, Nymphomania, plus stress healed in the brothel. Everybody knows Nymphomania, purely positive, no negative effects from that at all. Plus 10% stress healed. Minus damage if the torch is high, plus healing skills while camping. We will probably actually pay to get rid of light sensitive. The minus damage things are a little bit... Ooh, wow.
Soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
I don't know if corpses will find their way to us. We will make some corpses, I have no question about that, but, Alright. Dismas has become a shrewd risk-taker, increased chance of winning while gambling. So sometimes when you gamble, you make some money. There are also a lot of negative outcomes, but Dismas will probably do some gambling in the future. Alright, we've lost a lot of stress, things are good. Many come and go in the tavern, occasionally leaving something behind. Fairfax now has the Crimson Curse. Damn it. Man. Vaughn has observed unsavory activities and refuses to take part in organized prayer again. New quirk Witness replaced God-fearing. So he would only pray, now he will never pray. I really love the little bits of narrative that are created here. Alright, so lots and lots of people came in on the stagecoach. Let's have a look. We get some new classes. Ooh, Bounty Hunter. Not really a broad range of classes here. Do we have... We do have the materials to upgrade our roster size. Let's bring on 5 people. So we'll bring on an antiquarian. I don't love antiquarians, and we may end up just firing this one, but...
She searches where others will not go, and sees what others will not see.
So let's sort here. We will end up with doubles of most things. But I don't necessarily want to take a third of anything before we have doubles of stuff.
Bandage and pillage. The dancing steps of war.
That'll do. Wait, do we have 2 arbalists? We do have 2. Yes, I just grabbed one. Duh. Okay, that was not bad. First one. Blood Out Rabid Gnasher. At some point they should fix their string builder so that it doesn't just append the name of the enemy to the end of the... This could be a little bled out after being attacked by a Rabid Gnasher, you know? I bet nobody on the team has looked at the graveyard in a really long time, though. That's one of those things that I can totally see how it would get away from you. So we need to get this guy into the Penance Hall. Wait, where'd he go? Did I scroll my... Oh, no, I'm... You know what the problem is? I'm looking for his face, but also the bloody portrait, because I'm thinking, he's a blood guy, right? I may as well upgrade this, increase the recovery, lower the cost.
Rituals. For some, a tonic against the bloodshed.
Did he say his body must be raised? I don't think that's a good idea. Ugh, you have minus speed on the first round. Honestly, that one is maybe even worth removing. I'll think about it. I'm not too torn up about that one. Honestly, though, I think that's all of the stress relief that we need. For the most part, our people are in pretty good shape. I'll often just accept if somebody's at less than 40 stress. I figure we can handle it in the dungeon usually. It's an attitude that does occasionally lead to a freak out, but it's often recoverable. So who has the worst stuff? I don't like the yips, so get rid of the yips. Oh, Power, you're in horrible shape. I don't even know. I don't think I would take light sensitive off first. Let's get rid of the yips. Before we do anything. Okay, we don't have any busts left. Let's get rid of that one. That's a bad one. We're doing pretty well on gold, though. I know it looks like we start each episode with not a huge amount of extra gold, but part of that is that I'm upgrading people in the guild between episodes. I'm not making you guys watch that. So we have a bunch of people who have, you know, better skill assortments and stuff than they used to have, and that's part of where we're spending our money. And the other thing is, I am not immediately selling off all of our extra trinkets, but you can sell these if you hold shift. These ones with the sort of tarnished frame are worth $750. The ones with the just sort of pure silver frame are worth $11.25, and a green frame is worth $1,500. This can be sold for $7,500, but obviously we will not be selling it. It's very good. I like this one a lot. Yeah, so I think that's going to be it for... Yeah, these are special. I'm sure these are one-time only drops. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. We had a setback, you know, a minor failure there. Smallish problem. But on the whole, I think things are still going very well. Hopefully we won't see another death for a while. Come back next time. You know what? I think we're going to the ruins just because it's been a while since we've done a camping mission, and we do need to accelerate our XP gain a little bit. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.